Hey guys, it's Maria.
This is Tim.
Today is Wednesday, May the 16th, 2018. Welcome to our daily recap.
Maria, before we get started, let's go ahead and get those closing numbers.
Sure, the Dow ended the day up 62 points, closed at 24,768. Nasdaq was up 46 points, closed at 7398, and the S&P 500 was up 11 points and closed at 2722.
Really good day, solid day in the NASDAQ especially. A lot of excitement tomorrow. I'm looking forward to Walmart in the morning, AMAT. It's going to be really nice. We had Macy's today. We'll go over that in a minute. Maria, let's start with BLNK. This is one we talked about on our last webinar. I guess it was last week. We skipped a few days because I was in Texas and traveling around and stuff. And I don't know if this had news that came out. I know we had a couple really nice runs on it last week, and I think it kind of consolidated around. So there you
So
go.
there was news. There was some news. They had earnings, and let me see if I can blow that up for you guys a little bit. So they are up almost 500% in less than 2 weeks, and this is wow, that is crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
They did a 1 for 50 reverse split.
Stock price
Yeah,
gets charged.
and that was initially off of there was news with
They
Amazon,
had
right? Whole
McDonald's,
Foods.
Whole Foods, and they had some with McDonald's. So they had that, and then so when was this earnings?
This morning.
This morning. Rock and roll.
So it does
Oh
say the
wow.
company reported that total assets increased 335.4% to 11.7 million from 2.7 million. Net income increased to 2.2 million from a loss of 3.1 million. Also noteworthy, liabilities decreased 76.7% from 38.8 million to 9 million. So that's a really good ER. Those numbers, at least from what I'm reading so far, are really good. I don't know what their guidance looks like just yet.
Those are really nice numbers. Let's keep an eye on Blink. We already had two eyes on it anyways. D-Max said in one of the things he posted, "Don't blink on this one." And Black
Yeah.
Box definitely didn't blink. Maria, let's pull up Seadrill real quick as well. I'm going to try to get through these kind of quick today, guys and gals, because we're kind of doing this late. So we're going to get through this as quick as possible for you guys. So Seadrill, let's go ahead and pull up that 20-day chart. I believe that's where we have that line. And just a really, really, if you look at the first day of that, where that day started and how it ended up consolidating through there, it ramped up, came down, slow walked, and now it's broke out of that 20-day high. So very nice day in Seadrill. Held support down there pretty well. I had actually took it off radar for a while, and I'm kind of upset that I did that. This one actually
Yeah,
has options as well.
it does.
Any any flow in this, Maria, real quick?
Let's look and see. There was some unusual activity on April the 19th, so a while ago. That was last month. So nothing recent. That's the last thing that I have on them. Guys, just in case you're wondering, the reason why we have this line here at 41-ish is because that is the top of this wick over here on the left-hand side. If this were to come back down, we would want to at least see it bounce off of this line, and it also was resistance previously. So that is why that line is there.
I completely agree. If it did breach that support, which was resistance, now support, I would be probably looking to pull that one. eBio, Maria, and I believe they had a conference yesterday. Let's go ahead and look at that news. This one's crawling back up. One of our favorites to talk about. Oh, and we got another one to talk about in a minute that's one of the favorites too. I actually like a couple of these companies a lot. Go ahead and show us what that red line is.
This red line up here, guys, this is at, I believe, 350. Let me go back. So on a 20-day chart, this is where it topped out, not last week, the week prior on Wednesday. So 350 was that high, couldn't break through it, so we're leaving that resistance line there. The
Which is the
news on this,
52-week high as well.
correct, I
Yep.
believe you're correct on
I
that.
know so.
Yep, there
Know
you
so.
go. There's your 52. The news on this, yesterday there was ER. So this is what this is right here. They reported negative 11 cents versus negative 25 cents year over year. And their cash equivalents were 19.7 compared to 20.3 year over year. There was news about their phase 3 registration trial. They said that it was progressing well and recently completed enrollment. and they look forward to presenting 3-month data from that trial in an oral presentation at a conference on May 21st. So May 21st is going to be a day. Is it going to be a day to definitely keep a close eye on this one?
So this is one that we definitely love to watch, trade on occasion, etc. Maria, TRXC. We have a lot of members like Woe, Okie Dokie, that are pretty deep in this one, and they've been preaching it for a long time. When we first started doing a newsletter months and months and months ago, this was the first low float stock we did, and that week it went from, I don't remember, just the options on that thing, we just killed options on that end stock back whenever it was that it said it's 52-week high. So this is an area we're watching. Just what, 305 ish?
It is at 305. So let's say 3 to 310 ish is going to be an area of potential resistance. And you'll see back here, that's kind of where we had that area where it was both support at one point and then resistance. So definitely keeping an eye on that level.
This is a company we are 100% rooting for in every shape, form, or fashion. Just keep an eye here. News for this, Maria, because it's been on a pretty nice run.
The last news on this one was back on May 9th. They were upgraded to a buy at BTIG. That's the last news I have, given a 350 PT.
Very nice. I wish it had been a higher PT, but hey, we'll take it. Maria, here, let's look at HEAR.
Let's see what they're doing. They've been on a tear too. Jeez.
Yep.
Well, look at that.
That's been insane.
They'll hit a high of 2036 today. I'm watching for this to hold the support level at 1743. You'll see that we have a couple of areas pointed out where that is, and I probably should have put one right here too, but this is an area that we're going to be watching for to hold support.
Completely agree. And it was a couple of days ago, I think it was Spectre that was trading this, and we were talking about just mentally this thing has to test 20 at this point. It just, It came too close. It's got to test 20, and we got that today. So,
yep.
That one, that is the line that we were watching there. 17 what, Maria, again?
This one is at 1743. So plus or minus
1743.
Yeah, 5-6 cents or so. 1743.
So that's the line we're watching. Let's keep an eye on here. Maria, we had some good trades today. I was had a little function I had to go to this morning. Granddaughter graduating kindergarten, so grandpa has to go. So I missed a lot of the open, but pre-market we were talking about Macy's. So Macy's, just jumped as soon as the market opened, came down. We were able to start yelling at everybody, get this on the radar now, when the contracts had fell back down to $1.30. Actually, a little less than $1.30. The June 32s, and what a day! I mean, we didn't exactly catch the low, but it was close. It wasn't too bad for a cell phone type to everybody. So hey, here's your shot at Macy's.
Yep, that was a gorgeous call. Gorgeous call.
And that is a swing for most everybody. We'll see how that does tomorrow. I think it's okay. There were some questions whether Walmart would hurt it if Walmart missed. I don't think Walmart missing hurts Macy's at all with what they said in their calls and their guidance and everything. I think Macy's is standing on its own. And if Walmart beats, I think that helps Macy's. So either way, I don't think it's going to be a big deal for Macy's. I think Macy's I'm going to try to get a pop in the morning and cut that. So Macy's, good ER today. Maria, it's Apple, you seen some flow in that one?
Oh. I did, and I'll pull that up here in a second. So really quickly, your Macy's, for people who have not seen that ER, they reported Q1 adjusted EPS 42 cents. The consensus was 35 cents. A nice beat on revenue. Q1 rev 5.54 billion. The consensus was 5.39. And their full year 18 guidance, they raised their full year 18 adjusted EPS view to $3.75 to $3.95 from $3.61. So I don't see any revenue numbers in there, but that is at least a good thing.
Right, and these aren't crazy blowout numbers, right? It's not like I'm sitting here saying Macy's to the moon, but Macy's, it was still one of those, and it's kind of beating a lowered expectation maybe, but compared to where this thing was a year ago when it dropped down to 17 or 18, it's definitely a turnaround story. I don't know how much more room it has to go, but it's a swing for me. So we'll see how it does tomorrow.
And it looks like there were some cool things that came out in the in the conference call as well. So the CEO says they plan to roll out mobile checkouts to all stores by the end of the year. They still expect 2H comp sales to be higher than 1H. So our first half. So second half comp sales, they're expecting to be higher than first half sales. So definitely some good things coming out of Macy's. Keep your eyes on it.
We had a few people say today they got 70% on that. So I was happy. I was happy. I like it when
Yeah,
the room wins. Let's look at your Apple. You seen some flow in that and jumped in that. And I think you're swinging that, right? 190s
I
for next week.
am next
Is
week.
that
Yes,
right?
I picked them up. Just a couple contracts, nothing big, because it's Apple, and you know how Apple can be. But we started seeing. Let me see if I can get this pulled down. We started seeing around noon Eastern, so around 11 my time, and just these 190s coming in for next week. 190, 190 above the ask. A lot of them coming in within a 5 minute period. So I did go ahead and pick up a couple calls just to see what would happen with it. If it works out, great. If not, then that's okay. It's a small position. The thing that I am looking at is that we hit that resistance line today, and it popped through it real quick, couldn't hold it. So I do still have resistance at 188.38. I would love to see this get above that 188.38 ASAP, and I really want to see a close above it.
So are you currently green in these, red in these? How did you end up?
No, no, these are red. These are red
These are
just
red.
a little bit. Yeah, I'm down like, hold on, I will tell you. On two calls, I am down $14.
There you go. That's okay.
Yeah,
So again, just following the flow on that. QQQ, let's pull that up. Great day in the NASDAQ. Vishal had on Wall Street.
you
Couple
guys are gonna
gorgeous
scream when you
plays in
see this.
there. A lot of people played those cues with him today. And what's crazy is they played it short, right? It's not crazy necessarily, but it was a good day, and they played off that kind of a double topish area there. They played the downside on that and caught it just basically really nice. So we've already got some lines in that area too.
Oh yes,
So,
I have. I brought the day down to one so that you guys didn't have to see all the rest of the lines. There's quite a few lines that I have on here, just because I do trade this very actively, and we played it to the upside, we played it to the downside. Definitely had some good trades. It stayed in this particular channel for a long time. It kind of felt like I was spinning my wheels for a little bit there, but it was enough to be decent trades. But that end of the
well,
day short was really nice.
that red line that you've got at the top of this morning, that was early resistance,
Yeah,
and then it
absolutely.
became support, and stayed support, and then when it cracked it was a nice crack. It was a good trade.
Yep, it
Popped
sure
back
was.
above that line, which is fine, but I mean, hey, they had a nice trade on that on the way down on that, and it's really good. And they had one on IWM as well. With no need to pull that one up, but they did pop that too. I did want to look at TTD because I know you've traded that the last couple of days. A lot of
Oh
people in
my
the room traded
gosh,
that the last couple of days.
those have been
Um,
money.
yeah,
We were looking to play it short actually, and I thought about it today, picking up some contracts just to short it back down because I figured, that's an enormous run. And they typically do. So pre-ER, this is trading at like $52, $53. ER, and this is an ER runner, and they do typically run anywhere from 3 to 5 days after the ER, sometimes a few days longer, sometimes less. But TDD, if they beat, they are like 90% of the time a multi-day runner. So we played it the day after ER. When was that? Friday? Yeah, we played it Friday. They reported, I believe, Thursday last week after hours. Caught, I think that was like a 200% play or 100% and change play. And then we played it, was it yesterday, Tim?
y'all played yesterday.
Yesterday we played it. And then this morning, I had swung some contracts. I picked some up at the close, swung it, picked up some more, sold it, and thought about shorting it, have not shorted it yet. It's holding this here. I will drop a line and you might be able to see
Holding yesterday's
why.
highs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's holding.
And that's why I did
You
not
know,
short it.
if it cracks that, and then you would have another line at about what is that 70 down a little bit more. I have it down. It looks like about oh wow 76 area a little bit. So definitely some support there. 77,
Yeah.
76, but yeah, that is the line that we are watching. That top line that she put in is the kind of the line we're having that we are playing at this point for sure. Hell
And
of a
then
run, hell of
underneath,
an ER.
right, underneath that just as a really short term, I get this question a lot, especially for people who are trying to learn how to scalp a little bit more. If I'm looking to play this short, here's my channel underneath this line. So I would have a little bit of support down here based off of yesterday's area of support. So you have a little bit of support right through here, and you have support right through here. So this is a potential channel. We break under here. I mean, granted, it's not guaranteed, obviously, but we should be able to catch a drop to, roughly 79 and change, 70, like lower 79s.
And you could put that last little circle on today as well, because that's where it started. So,
Yeah.
and right on that support line. So that is,
Yeah.
if temporary channel for sure. We had a trial member today. I won't call his name out because he is a trial member, and that bought MU yesterday, 267%. He cashed out for today. Amazing trade. Still getting flow in this. Still getting upgrades in MU. And what's crazy on MU is it actually broke a couple of resistance points that we had, and looks like it's could go from here. I wouldn't be chasing it here. I would be waiting for pullback. And Monday, we have this rule of 6 weeks we buy it before ER, which was Monday. I did not buy MU. I broke the rule, didn't buy it, because that's the rule. You buy it 6 weeks before ER. You just do it. You just fucking do it and deal with it. And everybody's reminding me, Tim, it's Monday. We're supposed to buy MU. We're supposed to buy MU. Some did it. Some bought Tuesday. I did not, so I didn't get to participate in this. But for those that did, congratulations. I was just wanting some sort of pullback, because it had already ran so much. And, again, Monday was the buy day. So congrats all those that did. Good God. But yeah, this has broke out on a couple spots that I wanted to see it get through, which was the 50, I guess 54 was one of them. I just know it was two of them today. This thing could, it's kind of got a pretty decent shot there at 60. Yeah,
I agree.
there's a little bit of space there.
There is.
We talked about it.
Call still on MU.
You are.
So those are up really nicely.
So yeah, good job. And that one, it did, like I say, it broke a couple lines I had been watching, and it looks like it could be clear sailing. But hey, this is MU, and I know I told the room, I'm kind of expecting a little pullback, but the market doesn't really give a shit what I expect, as Pete would always say. It doesn't care. So good job on MU to the trial and Maria. And we're still seeing flow in it. Let's hit that flow real quick. Still seeing some nice flow in MU. Not that that's super, super unusual, but this was actually pretty heavy.
They started coming in really early this morning, 8:39. 9:39 Eastern. We started seeing a little bit of flow come in. We saw this at 9:43 above the ask, again at 9:48 above the ask. So, still seeing interest in MU.
A lot of interest in MU, and it always does have some, but today was kind of exceptional. Let's look at AMD. We are still holding our calls. We get asked this question a lot. We had followed the flow. How long ago was it, Maria? Maybe a month ago when all those 13s came through.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pull that up. Real quick, just to show them the flow that we bought the January. So we already had the July 13s, so we went ahead and loaded up January's. Got a sweet deal on them. We followed this flow. We'll find you guys the flow that we followed. That was January 13th, and it was just some really incredible flow.
Here it is right here on 423. That's when we bought those. So these 13th started coming in, mostly ask side. There were some that were also white that came in.
Right. And, this isn't all the flow, but we can only show so much. So yeah, you're right, Maria. This was a partial of it. But that is what we followed. And look here, on 5, in the beginning of May, they started buying 14s.
Yeah, for October. So a little bit sooner on the expiration. I like the Januaries we're in. Those are up very nicely. I think that we're up roughly 70% on those, I think. 70 last time I saw it, 73%, somewhere in there.
And we don't follow every bit of flow that comes through on Blackbox or any other service because it would drive you nuts and you'd be in a million trades. But that was just really, really pretty, as Maria would say. It was really pretty.
Yeah, it was.
We did. Good spot, Maria. We are up on that. We're also up on our July 13s. CMG, because this is one we've been talking about in the room a whole lot. And yes, we do have some resistance at 13 on AMD. But we are still holding. We plan to hold all this till at least July minimum.
Yeah, so here's your CMG chart.
So we had been saying for the last couple of days, especially yesterday, we had to talk about it, that CMG doesn't like the 430s. And we were actually going to short the next time it went to 430 in the 430s. But we knew this is if it didn't get past those highs a couple of days ago, we were just going to go short. But the easiest way to get through resistance is gap through it, right? Which is exactly what CMG did. Massive upgrade. I was gone, didn't play the calls. I know I seen one confirm in the room where some guy caught a double on it today. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
Yeah,
I caught
that
actually
one.
at the end of the day when it popped up a little bit. I managed to catch like $30 on it.
Hey, we'll take it though. Green is green.
Yeah.
And listen, that daily chart, and that is, I agree with you on your resistance right there, Maria. What is that number?
That is at 447.89, which makes sense. I mean, 450, I'm going to say is going to be resistance just because it's 450. It's a round number. And usually that's where we would see that. So if you look back to the left side of the chart, this is a 1-year chart that I have pulled up. You'll see that it was previous support. Now new resistance. Don't know how strong of an area of resistance this is going to be. So we could blow through it and then test that 450. But we'll just see what it does from here on out.
What it does. And I'm still mad about that because, if I hadn't been gone this morning, that I would have played that right out of the gate. Just seeing it cross the 432.
Right.
I would have played 440 weeklies and not blinked. And not fucking blinked.
So this was the news on this one. They were upgraded to a buy at Argus. That was today. Where was that price target? It was like 540 or something crazy like that. It was a big upgrade on the.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it was Argus, wasn't it?
It is. It's Argus. I'm reading it. You got it pulled up.
Yeah.
But you had it pulled up. But anyway, yeah, they raised it to 540. So, and that the current valuation does not adequately reflect projects for accelerating same-store sales and earnings growth as the company continues its multi-year recovery. So, Kramer's on TV talking about MU. I have no. Oh, good. He's got Macy's up there too. What are you mad at Kramer about?
We're not friends anymore. We were never. I'm just kidding. I don't know Kramer, guys. I really don't. Because he's the one. He said that he sees Nvidia dropping 20 points.
Oh, you know what? I don't like Kramer either. Then.
I'm like, seriously, silly guy.
Another one that's been getting a lot of play in the room is Baba, and a couple people have been shorting around this 200 level, which we did kiss yesterday. Got close, got within a quarter of it today, but they keep shorting that level. And unless it gaps through it or you see something really strong, it looks like a level that you can keep shorting for now.
Yeah. Yesterday it hit that 200.
It hit it to the penny. It didn't go over at all. It kissed it.
Nope.
Boom.
And then look at how hard it sold off. Like it was just a flat, just 200 down. Nice hold for the day. Because I remember looking at it yesterday thinking like, I'm actually pretty impressed with the way Baba held up.
Baba held up gorgeous. We had a couple people that were swinging some puts. Don't want to call out any names here because I don't think he would care, but I know he sold some for 70%. He had some puts. He had took off the table at around 70%. And so today, I know a couple people shorted that again. Now, we are Baba Bulls, so I want to emphasize this. We are Baba Bulls, but we play intraday trades. We don't care if it's up or down. I don't care if the company's symbol is CRAP. It could be crap. It could be shit. I don't even care what the company does 99% of the time when we're playing a chart. But overall, we are long-term Baba Bulls, so we're not bashing Baba in any shape, form, or fashion. I just want to be clear about that. Just intraday trades, that's what we got going on right now. If this cracks 200, we'll probably be long as fuck.
Yep.
So, because we are long-term Baba Bulls, but this is right now, we're just playing the trade. I do like this chart, though. It's still higher lows, a little bit lower high off of Monday, but definitely higher highs and higher lows from Tuesday. This could be interesting tomorrow. We have another good day. This could easily get through the 200. And you know what? Actually, so we had some people that played it long this morning and then shorted after it didn't get to the 200. So Definitely keep an eye on Baba. Still seeing some flow there. We won't have to do that today. Let's look at Square real quick, Maria. We
Yeah,
do
let's look
have
at
some
Square.
numbers. That's a hot topic in the room.
Square, looking pretty. Look at that. Hit a high after hours. Kind of liking that. And I am still in my Square calls. Let me go back like 6 months or so. So where do we see resistance from here? Initially, I'm going to say probably right around 57, maybe 57 and change. Let's say 57 to 57.10-ish. So that's where I'm going to see some resistance if we can cross 57. So immediately you'll see a little bit of resistance through there. I think that will test that all time.
I think so too. And remember we played LRCX on that 52 break, which was when we played that. Actually,
Yeah.
we had bought 205s that hit like 215 that week, so we had got out because those were out of the money when we bought them. Then they ended up way in the money. We sold those, and it got to like 218.75. We played that 52 break to like 231. If Square breaks that 52-week high, it could be boom time. So we'll see. We still have those 60s. We bought
Yeah,
60s
I'm
for
I'm still in the 60s, July 60. We both
July
are.
60s, right? We
Yeah.
had some flow we had seen some flow that we'd followed is the reason we had got those. So yes, we are still in those. Maria, you got anything you want to add to this?
Um,
Any other symbols? Anybody texted you anything we need to look at real quick?
no, we can talk about TTWO really quickly if you
Let's
want.
hit that real
So
quick. Well,
they halted
it's
for ER.
you know what? Hold on. There's
Look at
after
that.
hour scanner time anyway.
I
So
know, right?
let's
I
go
just
ahead
want
and
to
hit the
say
after
that
hour
was
scanner.
that was an ugly gap down after it
Yeah.
resumed trading. But remember, what was it, 2 quarters ago? I believe TTWO did the same thing.
Yep.
They
May have
halted,
been last quarter.
huge drop after the halt, recovered, and then just ran, right? If I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
and that may have been two back actually. I can't remember now either. I know we all played that run. Yeah, yeah. That seems like that was a couple quarters back.
Yeah. So I'm really impressed with this movement. Like I don't know what kind of magic words they're saying on their conference call or they said on their conference call, but apparently people liked it. Let me get the numbers pulled up in case you haven't seen them. Their current quarter was good from what I remember. Their guidance was weak if I'm remembering correctly. They were at, let's see, they reported Q4 adjusted EPS 77 cents. The consensus was 63 cents. Q4 rev 450.3 million. Consensus was 445.36 million. So slight beat. Um, in rev, they did beat on EPS. Let's see, they saw this was the guide down, their full year GAAP EPS at $1.53 to $1.80. They see full year GAAP rev 2.5 billion to 2.6 billion. The consensus was 2.91 billion. So that's really what hurt them quite a bit.
What
However,
else
they
we got
also
on
did
that after
report,
hour scanner?
sure, really quickly. They did report Q4 net bookings at 11.4 million versus 407.1 million last year. So nice little bump there. Okay, after hours scanner. Let's see. Oh, I'm already on it. We have let me like Loxo. I'm not sure why. I like this Loxo. So it's not very heavily traded. And it's a bio. But when that thing moves, it really moves. Like it is a big mover certain times. So EXTR, we have NVCN. That's a 3 cent stock. It's not usually one I touch. I don't really see anything that I'm like super interested in.
We got some ERs tomorrow. Walmart, AMAT. You want to give us that list?
Yeah, so tomorrow morning, Bizun, BZUN, The Children's Place, PLCE. We have JC Penney's, JCP, Kemet, KEM. We have TK. We also have Walmart tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, AMAT, Nordstrom's, JWN, and those are the only two I'll be looking at after hours tomorrow.
A lot of big movers in the morning. Place moves. Bizun moves.
Yeah,
Bizun can move for days. So can Place. So can
yeah.
Walmart. So it's going to be a really interesting day. Definitely expect a webinar tomorrow night. It's going to be an interesting day. And Maria, that's all I've got.
That's all I have too, guys. Thanks for joining us. Again, I know we haven't been doing our videos daily. Tim was traveling and, getting things better for Black Box. So he is back. We will get back on schedule. Thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead, subscribe, like, and share this video. And aside from that, we hope that everyone has a great night. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.